Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Have you wondered what are FODMAPs and a low FODMAP diet? In this video, I'll share what are FODMAPs, FODMAPs, carbs, and IBS, gluten sensitivity and FODMAPs, and high and low FODMAP foods. FODMAP is an acronym for fermentable oligo-di-monosaccharides and polyols. Remove all but the first letter and you have FODMAP. FODMAPs are carbohydrates that are not completely absorbed in the small intestine, like lactose in milk. Other examples include the monosaccharide fructose, the oligosaccharide fructan, and polyols like sugar alcohols. Naturally occurring FODMAPs include the sugars lactose, fructose, and fructan. Saccharide is a technical name for sugar. Commercially added FODMAPs include the sugar alcohols like maltitol, mannitol, sorbitol, and xylitol. They typically end in TOL. Sugar alcohols are usually added to highly processed, low-carb energy and protein bars and foods. For some people, FODMAPs cause mild to severe gastrointestinal symptoms. Lactose, a sugar in cow's milk, is a FODMAP for people who are lactose intolerant. Fructan, a sugar in wheat flour, is a FODMAP for people who are fructan intolerant. Because FODMAPs are not fully absorbed in the small intestine, they provide food for bacteria in the large intestine. FODMAP fermentation produces gas and bloating that can cause mild to severe abdominal discomfort. This can cause or aggravate irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Symptoms of IBS include abdominal cramps and pain, bloating, gas, diarrhea and/or constipation, and mucus in the stool. For most people, IBS is more annoying than it is disabling. Making dietary changes can reduce the occurrence and symptoms of IBS. For some people, reducing or eliminating one or more FODMAPs can control their IBS. But FODMAPs are not the only cause of IBS. Linking only FODMAPs to IBS oversimplifies a complex medical condition. Millions of people avoid foods containing gluten for three reasons. They've been diagnosed with celiac disease, they believe or have been told by a healthcare professional they may have gluten sensitivity, or they are trying the latest fad gluten-free diet. Unlike FODMAPs, gluten is a protein in wheat, rye, and barley. For people with celiac disease, gluten damages the small intestine, reducing nutrient absorption. Gluten-free diets use celiac disease and gluten sensitivity to justify avoiding all foods made with wheat, rye, and barley. Researchers have documented gluten sensitivity in a small number of people. In blind studies, giving people suspected of having gluten sensitivity a placebo or gluten, about 15% of the participants reacted negatively to gluten. Studies comparing gluten versus the sugar fructan in wheat, more participants reacted negatively to fructan. Some researchers now believe FODMAP sensitivity is more common than gluten sensitivity. For people with fructan intolerance, a gluten-free diet will not relieve their symptoms. In addition to reducing or eliminating foods made with wheat, people with fructan intolerance must also look at foods like artichokes, asparagus, garlic, barley, chicory root, onions and shallots, and cruciferous vegetables like cabbage and cauliflower. Other high FODMAP foods include apples, sugar alcohols in chewing gum, beans, cashews, dried fruits, high fructose corn syrup, honey, ice cream, mushrooms, pistachios, and watermelon. Low FODMAP foods include non-dairy milks like almond and soy, bananas, bell peppers, berries, carrots, cucumbers, grapes, and oats. Eating ultra-processed, high-protein, low-carb foods made with sugar alcohols exposes more people to FODMAPs. Because a food is classified as high FODMAP does not mean it will cause any symptoms or discomfort. For example, a person with lactose intolerant may not be fructan intolerant. Some FODMAP facts include that it is an acronym for fermentable oligo-di-monosaccharides and polyols. They are short-chain carbohydrates and sugar alcohols. A low FODMAP diet helps some people with IBS and food sensitivities or intolerances. More people may be sensitive to FODMAPs than to gluten, and people sensitive to one FODMAP may not be sensitive to other FODMAPs. Some FODMAP myths are if you are sensitive to one FODMAP, you are sensitive to all. Eliminating FODMAPs cures IBS. That a FODMAP-free diet is superior to a gluten-free diet, and everyone is FODMAP sensitive. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching, and healthy eating.